Start. This is your playing.
Yeah, but
Do an intro. We just started a new episode. Let's do an intro.
Last time on Game Girl. It was the only thing.
Perfect.
That
Okay.
popped into my head.
That's the intro.
I guess that's how they start danging her off now.
That's the intro.
Mr. Sarge, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Why is the mic slightly lower now?
I don't know.
Oh yes, newspapers, yes. There's only males in this court now. It's a freaking sausage fest, which means I'm doing all the voices. Mr. Sarge, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
You're too happy. Ooh, game?
Look.
Game?
There's something that's actually not in this, that's only in the DS version. On the DS version, on the bottom screen, the eyes of, there'd be like this animation where the eyes of the defense and prosecution kind of cross the screen.
Ooh.
I'll see if I can find a gif of it and put it on the screen. Anyway, the witness's account.
I was going door to...
Oh wait, that's Pain. I already forgot the voice of this guy. I was selling door to door. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing in apartments. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartments. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside.
Lies.
I thought to call the police immediately.
Lies.
However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working.
Lies.
I went to a nearby park and found a public phone.
Possibly true.
I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
Liar.
The man who ran was, without doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Well, the defendant said that was lies. So
Just imagine the whole time Phoenix is just going, lies.
Lies.
Nope. Incorrect. Lies. Falsehood.
Mia's
Nope.
like, Phoenix, shut up.
He's just... all he's doing is, if anyone's watched Sandra Sides, all he's doing is he's just doing the Logan thing where he's just like, falsehood. Falsehood. Falsehood!
Falsehood!
False. Black bears. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? He actually did. I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Actually, it's super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Well, isn't that just convenient?
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
This burrito really kicking in.
Forgot about the burrito.
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones not function normally. The phone that Mrs. Side used is one of those.
How do phones work during a blackout, actually? I suppose it's only like cable phones. Like landlines.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be that they connect to an automatic backup generator that is in effect. I have no idea.
It's probably something to do with how the phone lines work.
I know our phones didn't really work if there was a blackout, so I mean...
I don't know. I've never had a landline, so I don't really know.
When we had one, I don't recall it ever working, but also we never needed
I don't know.
to call anyone, and my parents had phones.
It could also just be a Japanese thing. I'll put it on screen if I find it.
Your Honor. We have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Ooh, someone has a good vernacular.
Electricity to Mrs. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
I love a man with a big vernacular. But the baldness is really losing me. That bald spot. No, Mr. Wright. Guilty. He insulted baldness.
Yes! Ha! What? Ha! I wasn't sleeping!
Felix is just asleep at the stand. Oh, fuck.
Ha! Fork me! I wasn't paying attention!
Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination.
Sweet! I have nothing to add.
Great. Guilty.
What does this mean? Are you sure you went to lawyer school? No!
Lawyer school? It's just law school.
I know, but I love making things sound dumber than they are.
I guess so. Cross-examination, Your Honor.
I like to imagine that the judge was like, you don't go to law
He's
school.
thinking. He's thinking very in depth about that cross examination.
All right, Wright, this is it. This is the real deal.
Yeah. What exactly am I supposed to do?
Oh my God, did you not study at all?
Why you? How do you not know what cross examination is? Isn't that like that's like the first thing you learn in law school?
This is if Makoto Naegi was dumber than he actually is, and you will see what I mean.
When we play Danganronpa.
Yes.
My feet are super cold. Why do you?
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
Why you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave? Did you read?
Lies? What? He was lying?
Oh my Lord Almighty! Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony.
I love the
you
idea.
dumb idiot!
I love the idea that Mia's just like, God damn, you stupid mother forker.
Or is your client really guilty?
Guilty? The judge gets so excited. He like lifts his gavel. He's like, guilty?
It's like, you said it. You said the word.
How do I prove he's not? She just told you how.
This is Kyoko. Oh my God. You hold the evidence. Oops. You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Use your brain, man. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. What doesn't line up?
There's bound to be a... Oh,
Nope.
sorry.
There's bound to be a contradiction in there. Contradiction is in red, like blood, so it's important. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Shove it in there. Take a cloth and just smash it in until it can't breathe.
Just chloroforms the witness. Yeah, the witness is unconscious. Fine, not guilty. You can't testify.
So not guilty.
Okay.
Open the court record with the right bumper. Then point out contradictions in the testimony.
I'm curious if you already know what the contradiction is.
Yeah, the contradiction is that she wasn't home when he was there, and also she wasn't dead, and also probably the phone still worked.
Okay, none of that was right.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions.
So, can
I saw a man laying in a
Can I
purse.
say something funny that happens in the anime?
Hold
When they first you want you look at
I just want to look at what actually happens. Cool, awesome.
you know what it is now.
I was like, it's got to be with the time, because I thought the time was weird whenever I heard it. But
Yeah, because it was
why.
it was very specific. Anyway, so I wanted to point out in the anime when he first points out that Saw is lying, he's like, the witness was lying, and it's like, really? Where? Well, I'm sure if we all work together, we can figure it out. And then Mia just stomps on his foot.
So, Makoto Naegi.
Yeah, the anime is actually really funny. There's a couple things in it that I really like. There's some things I don't, but it's still like really good.
The initial anime for Danganronpa is just verbatim the game, but like summarized very quickly. It makes you realize just how slow the game goes.
You want to keep going? You know where it is, so you can cut to it. There's like some extra dialogue you can get, but it's honestly it's depends on if you want it or not.
Okay, so how do I present things? What do I press?
Right bumper again. It's down in the lower right corner.
I know, but I couldn't tell what it said. To me, it looked like a little book.
Okay.
Okay, so and then Y to present it.
Yes. There's your voice acting.
Is that really all you get?
Yes, that's all the voice acting. Objection!
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you ahead of time, so you're gonna forget this. But in Danganronpa, the trials are completely voice acted.
Oh, that just sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so the whole thing is voice acted.
Well, this was also released on the Game Boy originally, so
That's true.
so
Danganronpa was in 2010. So.
yeah, this was released in 2001. So
Yeah.
there's 9 years of technology,
Mm-hmm.
and the newer games are a little more advanced. They
You'd think though that at least whenever they ported it to like Xbox, they would have like zhuzhed it a bit.
They did. I mean, originally it was just pixels. All this is HD artwork now.
Yeah, but I mean like they would have zhuzhed the voice acting.
Probably.
Given a zhuzh.
I think it's because this came out the same time the Ace Attorney anime, so I didn't want them stepping on each other's toes.
I guess.
You found the body at 1 p.m.? Are you sure? Also, the anime has to go off the Japanese stuff because the way it's animated. So they couldn't like use voice acting from that.
Very true.
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
The anime came after for Danganronpa, so.
Yeah. Frankly, I find that hard to believe.
Do you now?
Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. You love the paper slapping.
Flap, 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 flap. You see, right here, mofo, it says this.
Just rubbing it in his face.
This, right here.
He's just shoving it, just literally shoving it in his face.
Right here.
To be fair,
son of a bitch.
Again, in the anime, he does hold it out to his face. He does
Look at it!
He does hold it up to him, and then it appears on the judge's little screens. The statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. I said autopsy, weird. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m.
But before 5 p.m.
There was no body to find at 1 p.m. Ha! What was that? How do you explain this theory? Yeah. Also, the music's pretty chill here.
How do you explain it? I've got you red-handed.
They actually do, because it's very off. That's a very big contradiction. And that's why I give him that voice.
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
No.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe.
Very.
Guilty. Mr. Sarts, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Well, that's when I stabbed her.
I
mean...
That's when I killed her. I mean, not killed her.
That's when I definitely did not kill her.
Well, gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. Nice!
Nice!
So in Danganronpa, when you click on stuff, you get like coins that you can use to buy presents.
Stop saying Danganronpa. We've talked about Danganronpa way too much.
But
what?
I can't help it. It's all my brain goes to.
Yeah, I
But
know.
in the playthroughs, every time that they call them nice coins, because every time that they get them, Aaron, because a little thing comes up whenever you get it, and it goes nice. So every time Aaron goes nice.
Nice.
God, nice! You got a nice coin.
Hey. Nice! There's your noise.
That's all you have to do. Point out the contradictions. She starts doing a dance. She's like,
What?
lies always beget more lies. See right through one. And then the whole story falls apart. Ha! She's
Just breaks down to disco.
whole interpretive dance.
She doesn't actually talk. She hasn't been talking this whole time. She's just been dancing.
Yeah. And Phoenix is like, That's what they actually spent all their time on instead of
Yeah, that's how
training Larry.
That's how he was able to communicate to Larry just through those movements.
Yeah.
And they had to teach Larry the movements too.
We didn't have time to teach him how to act.
Wait, I remember now. I'm trying to remember the voice I gave this guy. Would you care to give your testimony again?
That seems like...
Because like it's super
shouldn't
easy
do.
to remember most of these guys' voices. I keep forgetting the voice I gave to Side. The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching the video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
Yeah. Jump off a bridge.
I thought you were actually going to say something irrelevant there. I see you heard a voice saying the time on a tape program. Got it. Guilty. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. He just has the gavel in hand and was ready to hand down the verdict. Verdict? Guilty. Guilty.
Wait.
He's just like every time he's just like a little bit closer. Guilty. Guilty.
He has plenty of time. Jesus, we gotta have Mia give us a whole lesson on
Yeah,
law school.
he's just slowly lowering it.
Right. You know what to do.
I've got this one. Alright, time to discover.
Coo. A coo.
Do you think anyone's like hit their head on one of those flags in the background?
You couldn't have heard it on the thing because there was a blackout.
I'm so glad you caught that.
Probably coming from... Should I do it here? When it says it's probably coming from the television?
Well, yeah, you couldn't have heard it from the television because of the blackout. It's a good thing that the prosecution gave us that blackout report.
I was just reading through everything again.
Yeah, that's fine. It's always good to check over the evidence every so often. My lawyer's badge, look at it!
Hold it right the phone there!
The prosecution said that there was a blackout at the time of discovery. And this record proves it. You just love that animation.
I love it. It's so great.
That's the justice for all of them. No, for me. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. I really love this.
Did his toupee?
It bounced. Yes, it did.
That's amazing.
I love the animation in this game. Yeah. Well. Defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sot? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Yeah. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sot, the court preferred to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. Honestly, I feel like at this point his testimony would be scratched from the record entirely.
They would have him do a completely new testimony and account.
I guess so, which they've done already. But I feel like after the second time you have him do a new account, you probably because this is the second time he's doing a new account. So I feel like now he's losing credibility and he might have his testimony scratched from the record. I mean, it's good he's not, because we need to prove he's the killer. My apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking about how I killed a woman. It must have been the shock of finding killing that woman. I mean, finding the body. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. Ha! There's a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
It was on the floor covered in blood, you dumb idiot.
Well, what was the murder weapon?
And also, it was just a freaking statue, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, the statue could have had time on it. It was called the Thinker.
I didn't. I think it's 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Did you press A?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too sometimes because it's such a weird button.
Wait just a gosh
moment.
diggity darn moment. I like to imagine that he likes to add in like these little.
He's like from the 50s.
Yeah.
This murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was a statue. I'm not gonna do that voice one the whole time.
Or the South / Midwest.
I'm not doing my southern accent. I was slipping into it there just because you mentioned it. This murder. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Oh wait, shut up. With your objections and your evidence is the best song in the game. Just who do you think you are?
Alright, tiny hands.
He does have tiny hands.
Why does at least
Phoenix
one
also has
person in these
yaoi
games have
hands.
tiny hands?
Phoenix has huge hands. He has yaoi hands.
Phoenix has giant hands, and this guy has baby hands. His hands are my size.
Yeah. And
Teeny hands.
I don't have that big hands either. I have average sized hands.
Mine are small.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may? Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. And the neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submit it as a statue. My apologies. Well, then that's your dumb mistake. You should never submit something wrong, by the way.
You gonna like show us that it does that, or?
Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? You thinking? How did you hear it? You're thinking about it, but you need to think about how it's a clock.
Because he couldn't have seen it then. He would have had to hear it then.
Which means you would have had the sound of a clock.
Yeah.
You're getting there. I'm trying not to give you the answers, but I'm trying to push your train of thought along. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet, the witness testified that he never entered the apartments.
Which also would have been true for the fact that he went to try to call using the phone.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Clearly a contradiction. It's actually true.
That was the first thing I thought of. I was like, he didn't go into the
He
apartment.
knew the victim. The witness knew it was a clock because You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
I just love that he's
So,
like...
yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there.
I love that... I already did, but I love that at no point did they question that he tried to use the phone in the apartment after saying he didn't go in the apartment.
It wasn't a big enough contradiction to cling on to.
Like, that was my big thing.
Sometimes there's small contradictions, but they're not big enough to tear apart a story.
Yeah.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her.
What a leap, good sir.
Yeah, honestly? You struck with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice.
That's hilarious.
That was the sound you heard. It's also a very sudden line of thinking. Like, he did a huge jump.
Yeah,
but
there
I get
wasn't
why.
anything that led him to be like, oh, interesting, you know too much about something, or yada yada. It was just like...
I mean, I get where he's coming from, because, like, I totally get his line of thought here.
Yeah, it's
But
just,
it
what
just,
a huge jump.
It's intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor.
I have the gift of just suddenly knowing things.
I have this picture of the murder.
I had this vision last night of the murder itself.
Mrs. Assad, the sound you must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim.
That would be so terrifying.
Dude, of course, and that's why it would be burned into his mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Think about how... Imagine just hearing the time screwing you up. This is all baseless conjecture. Now if you have the evidence to prove it, baseless.
I'm also curious because they do say in the autopsy it was between 4 and 5, but he heard 1 p.m. on the clock.
Yeah. Just look at the witness's face. Yeah. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? No, I just hit her. I mean, I saw her. I never, that day. Look, the clock, I heard, no. I saw, I've not heard it, saw it. Grah!
Rude.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you.
See, now this is following the line of thought that I'm used to.
It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death!
So do we always know who the real killer is?
No.
Okay, good. Awesome. I hate that I know it, because it's really annoying.
A moment, Joel.
I like figuring out for myself.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Well, that's because you cleaned the friggin' clock off, you hoe.
I mean, there'd still be traces of blood on it. Blood's sticky. It takes a lot to clean it off. Your Honor? Sorry, I forgot I was talking. I thought you were, like, thinking on something for a second.
Nope.
You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully.
Okay. I'll think it through carefully. It's my attorney badge.
Look, I'm an attorney. Perfect, not guilty.
See, this is still throwing me off because it's 4 to 5.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it would. I can't imagine that it would have taken her 3 hours to bleed out.
No, of course not. Especially blunt trauma, because that would have damaged the brain immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
So she didn't bleed out. It was the trauma that killed her.
Yeah.
Oh, it does say loss of blood.
Yeah, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. So, I'm guessing that's how they clarify that the autopsy says 4 when he says it. He heard it at 1, but
there's more to it. You'll understand in a second.
okay.
You're thinking too simply. Trust me.
Blah, blah.
I'll tell you now. There's a lot of points where if you think too simply, you're going to get it wrong. Okay. You got a good hold on the evidence yet? Okay. This whole case around this, I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mrs. Sart heard was definitely this clock. The fact which is clear if you simply ask the neighbors.
I would assume batteries.
No. The answer is really obvious. I'm gonna tell you now, that's not it.
If you try sounding it, because it'll be broken.
Good. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock?
I would have said batteries because they would have been all jostled and out of place if you smack someone in the head with
again, you're thinking way off. I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. It is the thinker. Well, he is the thinker after Phoenix stopped. I actually forgot he said that. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25.
Okay.
Yeah! Yeah, now you're on the right train of thought.
There we go.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow.
Wow, he is really thinking on that time, and he's not getting there.
Might be 7:25.
Actually, no.
Precisely the discrepancy between
10 p.m.
Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sart heard and the actual time of death. You know what? It might be 1. I think it's always 1.
I think it's always 1.
So, Mr. Sart.
The clock's just talking in the background, going off.
Actually, hang on.
I
It
really
could be.
want mac and cheese. It just
Maybe
goes
pizza
off on a
tonight.
tangent. We really need to dust that fan.
That was speaking of going off on tangent. Try to talk your way out of this one.
That already ripped off my toupee!
He just starts throwing random articles of clothing and starts to attack.
I am half expecting his tie to be ripped off and thrown at my face.
You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? You can't prove that. You don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. I was so close. Mr. Wright? It seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness.
Indict.
Is that pronounced indict?
I think it is.
I'll look it up later. Guilty. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sart. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. Hey, can you throw me my toupee back real quick? Treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Grr, I almost had him. Oh, my throat's burning from doing all these voices. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. Yes, you did. Guilty. There's nothing I can do about it now. Just the whole time, the judge is just slowly lowering his hammer again.
Oh, hey, me. Not so fast, Mr. Sart.
You completely forgot she was in the courtroom, didn't you? Chief!
I don't know your first name. Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think! You know, like the thinker.
Ah, I got it! Might be 3. But Chief, it's over! Maybe 4. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Also, I forgot the pursuit music was playing. It's so awesome here.
Well, yeah. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Oh, but I'm bad at that. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was running 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof.
Right?
Is Japan 3 hours behind Paris?
They're not in Japan. They're in LA.
Oh. Then definitely not. We're 8 hours behind. Okay, cool. Can you think of a reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? No, but if I say yes, then you'll shut up.
Actually, we're not. LA isn't 3 hours behind. I actually have.
No, it's
all
8
the
hours. Especially right now.
No, it's a specific hour. So San Francisco it's 11:40 in San Francisco now. It's 8:40 so it's 9 hours.
No, it's 8 hours plus 8 hours.
Oh right, I forgot what. No, it is because from San Francisco.
Oh, but right now it's daylight savings.
That's true, but still, it's still 11:40 there. It's 8:40 in Paris. I actually have my world clock up to show her.
Yeah.
So
I know for a fact that it's 8 hours from us, and LA is usually on the same time as us.
So if
it's either 8 or 9 hours.
So say it's 4 p.m. in Paris. What time? Say it's 4 p.m. here in LA. What time is it in Paris?
Not 3 hours behind.
You're right. You're thinking too simply.
Oh, it'd be 1 a.m. If it was 4 p.m., it'd be 1 a.m.
Exactly.
Got it.
It's not 3 hours slow.
It's 9 hours fast. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Too bad he doesn't say the freaking date, man. That'd be great.
Well, AM or PM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, this clock sucks.
Imagine he comes to the court saying she was dead at 1 a.m. You say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Yes, my own brain.
With a little help.
Little help.
I'm your Mia. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond doubt. There's an Ace Attorney movie where she just has to come in and say it herself.
Mood.
Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
I was gonna just present the Paris evidence regardless because we haven't used it yet.
There's actually a couple trials where you won't use every piece of evidence.
Alright, glitch of the Matrix.
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. Yes, we all know that. It's definitely not 8. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there.
So they're operating on current time zone instead of
Well, Paris goes through daylight savings too. I think there's
No, it can't because
well, certain countries go through it. Have you ever seen Australia's daylight savings? It's weird. They have half hours in there.
yeah, but it can't though because I know for a fact that Paris is always 8 hours from us, and it never changes. So when LA is our same time, it would be 8 hours.
Oh, okay. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast. The victim. You're also thinking about our time zone.
Yeah.
The victim hadn't
I
reset her
forget that
clock
LA
since
does
returning home,
daylight savings.
and that they're an hour behind us, usually in general.
No, they're not. They're the same time, except for right now, when they're an hour behind, because people set their clocks back an hour.
Alright. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. I stumbled over that so much. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Ha! Can Mia slap him?
Oh god, he has rabies!
Wow. Yikes. The judge's face from far away.
How did you not notice it?
I'm gonna zoom in so hard on that. It looks like he has the fattest cheeks in the entire world. He looks like a chipmunk. I love it.
Order. Order, I say.
2 burritos, 1 burger, a taco.
You want anything, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, can I get a...
Hot dog?
Salad?
Guilty. This case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Okay, I'm gonna record more after this. Mr. Payne, your witness? Yeah, he gets to cross-examine him now.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
What?
He was indicted with a lot of evidence against him. He got arrested.
Oh, I thought he was asking, like, do you have another witness? And I was like, another one got arrested? You are bad at this.
He killed a bailiff. Yes, I have to say, I'm impressed.
I'm just clicking through while you're laughing because I'm like,
I don't think
guys,
I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time? Thank you, Your Honor. I guess one could say I'm an ace attorney. Guilty. At this point, this is only a formality, but the court finds defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, guilty. I just love not
So
guilty.
is there a way that you could screw it up enough that it'll...
Yes, if you present the wrong evidence, that bar that was up in the upper right the whole time, it goes down, and when that hits 0, you get guilty.
Nice. Okay, cool. And then it asks, like, you want to retry?
Yeah, it has you retry from your last save.
Yeah.
And with that, court is adjourned.
Cool.
Fun fact, he doesn't say innocent because he just wants to still say guilty, even if they are.
Yeah. He's like, I gotta say it.
Not guilty. Still got it in. Turns out that Frank Sonnet was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sott let himself in to do his dirty work.
Hey, you hoe! What are you doing in my house?
You were so loud I could hear it from the audio over at the computer.
Yeah.
While he was searching a place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sark grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. In other words, murder by circumstance.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, he probably won't get a death sentence because it wasn't premeditated.
Yeah, it wasn't first degree murder, it was second degree.
Yeah. Just panic. Alright, August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. In America, there's, like, emotional distress. So, like, when you're not emotionally stable, like, in panic or something, you can plead to get a reduced sentence.
Yeah, you can also plead insanity.
Yeah.
Which...
It's
too many people.
It's insane to do that because you'll be stuck in an asylum. There was a guy who pled insanity, and then to get a reduced sentence, and then he ended up in the asylum, found out what they were doing, and tried to say he just pled insanity to have it easier. And the doctors thought kept him because he thought it was insane to plead insanity when you're not insane.
Yep. And get it proven, because you have to get it proven.
Friendly reminder: if you were not legally insane, you should not plead insanity.
Yeah, because they, especially now, they do like tons of psychiatric evaluations, and if most of them, or even one of them really, says that you are perfectly fine and stable, it completely discredits your argument.
Yeah. I still can't believe we won. Right. Good job
Nope.
in there. Oh, sorry.
Right! Good job in there! Congratulations! You did the thing! Even though I basically walked you through it. Are you sure you studied at all when you went to law school?
You actually did a decent amount. It wasn't until the end that she had to help you out. Although I'm still not the defendant. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. Did I, though?
I mean, most of it. She only helped you at the beginning and end.
It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
I mean, all my clients get found guilty. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over!
Space.
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Space.
Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Oh, something I forgot to mention is, in the Japanese version, it was in Japan, but there was a time difference because she actually traveled to New York.
Ah, okay.
So that was the difference.
Interesting. See, I would have noticed that one a lot, I would have noticed that one a lot quicker, because I thought this was in Japan, so I was like, well, it can't be the time difference.
Yeah, but I had to explain that they go off of in LA.
Yeah,
but
which would have been good to know, because how would you have known that if you weren't told that? Because the game doesn't tell you that.
To be fair, this is a game for, like, teenagers, because it's rated T for teen, so it's like, you have to assume it's, in America. Because, like, a teenager in America playing this, they'd probably assume it's in America.
Yeah, but if they're in New York, they'd be like, oh, well, this doesn't match with my time zone. Like, it would have been nice if,
you still would have known she had just gotten back from a trip.
Yeah, but, like, it's still, like, the reason I didn't think that was because I didn't think the time difference matched up.
I guess that's fair. Alright, anyway. Wait, no, I mean, Bat. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Winnie's gone, man. Gone forever.
Space.
Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. She was a slut!
No, she was doing her. She was doing her, boo. Congratulations, Harry! What?
She was sleeping with Mia. She was sleeping with Mia, Payne, Phoenix. Wait, Nick, what? Harry? Yes, you. Oh, wait, hang on.
Yes, you! I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts. Innocent.
Oh man, who doesn't love Harry Butts? Hey, thanks.
Dude,
I really
wicked
owe you
eyeliner.
one. He's a cat now. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat.
The most expensive steak dinner you have. Oh, no, I couldn't. Not you, ho!
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. No, he's hitting on her now. Oh, hey.
Cut from the same cloth.
Here, take this. It's a present.
Why would I want something that killed her?
Here, have the murder weapon. A present for me? It's great.
Stop!
It's great if you ever need to kill someone.
A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her.
Aw,
I made one for her and one for me.
that's cute.
It's
really? You? You made this?
I imagine him
You-
just saying all those times. Honestly, it's pretty...
Are you sure?
For some... That explains why... if you're curious, that's how they explain why it doesn't have AM or PM. Because it's poorly made.
Are you sure? You, Mr. Butts? You were able to make this thing?
He shut it out. Larry.
Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a
Aw.
memento.
He really half
Ash-
it.
What a deadpan.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Sob.
Space.
Larry.
Dot.
I love how it took him seeing another hot girl to realize, oh, she was...
Shirt. Are you so sure?
Excuse me?
Larry's me.
I think she thought that...
No!
I keep forgetting because I'm used to playing this game on my own.
I think she thought quite a while.
You having a stroke? Slow down. Deep breaths.
I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way.
Oh my god, the chief is dying. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. He's simping for Mia.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Ray? Don't you have... Don't you have something to show your friend?
Mia?
Something that proves how she felt about him? That could have possibly been used as evidence, but you didn't bring up because screw you?
Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? How do you know she cared about him? Are you serious?
The fact that she had the statue? I would have just kept it anyway, even if I didn't give any type of...
Why would she take a statue to Paris?
Oh, that's fair. Fair. Good point. Fair.
I always hate messing these end things, because you don't get penalized if you do, but it just kind of sucks. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive that you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry, and she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever. She probably just needed a clock. That's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick? I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
His mouth is so big.
That's because he has a big mouth. He's just spewing out crap.
Yep.
Hope that made him feel a little better.
Da, 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 da. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. I really thought more was going to come from that. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And this is why I cannot be a defense attorney. I'd just be like, you said she's guilty? Alright, cool, she's guilty. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself.
That's why you'd be a good prosecutor, though.
Oh, I'd be a very good prosecutor. Right, listen, learn, grow strong. Why am I a black hole of endlessness? Are you dreaming of me? You perv. Never let go of what you believe in. Never.
Phoenix just fainted in the middle of the courtroom when she was talking to him unconscious.
Yeah. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Who talks like that?
People in 2001, apparently. Yeah, I guess so. So I forget that I'm supposed to talk.
Say, how about dinner? On me, since, you know, your jerk-off of a friend didn't offer it to you.
Yeah.
We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
You also find out later that he didn't pay Nick.
Wow.
He doesn't pay us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry, his name is Larry. You were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Part of the reason you became Laura Daniels. Yeah, part at least.
Small part, teeny beeny part.
Very small.
You'll have to, microscopic even. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. Chief, are you hitting on me?
It's not.
Thankfully for you, I swing that way.
Thankfully for you, I'm straight.
I just like to imagine when I'm playing, Phoenix is actually just a girl.
Tits just pop out all of a sudden. It's that ASDF sketch. Aw, come on, boys don't cry. Boop. And so my first trial came to a close.
What a quick trial, dude.
Well, that's why I said. Well,
the first Danganronpa trial is like, it takes 4 or 5
That's why
hours.
I said we could probably crank it out. I honestly remember, if we weren't fapping around so much, we probably could have done it in one episode.
Yeah.
We're 45 minutes in, though, so... Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends."
Why aren't we seeing
But
this?
I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me. See, I told you he doesn't pay them. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident.
Great.
And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep.
Oh, another murder by the clock. Sad day. Tahi. And
What's this word? Tahi.
Tahi. And
A brand new episode has been added.
pretty pink-haired girl. Rich guy gives me bad vibes.
As all rich people should.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, this has been a lot of faffing about.
this has been.
Turnabout sisters.
Oh man, those darn turnabout sisters. You want to save your progress?
No, delete it all.
You know, my worst fear is honestly that my save file for this would have appeared on here, even though like we have different things. Oh no, you accidentally started the next case. I think the text auto scrolls here. It all scrolls.
Pause.
Oh no,
Pause.
no. Okay, it stopped. It stopped. Anyway, I think that's
Beep beep.
I think that's about it for this episode. I kind of want to do more, but I don't know if we can tonight. It's 1 a.m. I have work in the morning.
It's an adventure.
So let's do another episode. Okay. Anyway, so first case, what do you think so far?
It's really quick. I can't really get a judge of it because you said, like, Mia isn't there the whole time. You don't know who the murderer is every time. So it's like, this case is really a one-off. So I can't really...
Yeah, that's fair.
I do think it has a lot of humor to it. A lot more than...
Danganronpa.
Yeah. Because Danganronpa's humor comes from the fact that they're just real slow.
Yeah, it's also...
real dumb.
It's also like...
But here they actually...
There's a lot of really serious, slow moments. But a lot of times there's very humorous points. It's very much a lighthearted game. It was aimed more towards... it was a game of serial murder aimed towards younger audiences.
It's so funny to me that this is,
Rated
in
C.
my opinion, way more lighthearted, way less serious, way less emotional, like emotionally intense. But this was made in Japan and they kept the red blood. Because that's the reason Danganronpa has pink blood, is to get through censorship stuff in Japan.
Yeah. What I find interesting is the first 2 games are rated T for teen, and the third one's rated M.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense how they got that rating, though.
I don't know either, especially considering the third one, I would honestly say, is the least violent Ace Attorney game, at least in the original trilogy. At least in my opinion. I don't know. I'm only playing through it again now, so maybe once I actually have a chance to play through it in full, I'll have a different opinion. It's been a good long while, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess since this one's so lighthearted, they got away with the red blood. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure the reason, like, 100% the reason Danganronpa has pink blood is because they needed to keep it in the,
It's also like blood isn't seen as much in this game. Like we had a small puddle, but
yeah, I guess that's fair. But it just shocked me that they allowed red blood here.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's a good place to end this one.
Yeah.
It's 1 a.m.
The dog is very confused and just keeps waking up like, are you not asleep yet?
Go to bed.
Go to bed.
We'll probably record a little bit more tomorrow.
Yeah.
But for now, that was Phoenix, right?
Woohoo.
Ace Attorney.
Woohoo.
We'll start case 2, Turnabout Sisters, tomorrow.
Man, if every case is this quick, you're gonna be a Danganronpa boy real soon.
It's not.
Oh. Sadness.
That's just a tutorial one. Even the tutorials in later games get longer.
Oh. That's
But-
good.
Anyways, we've been going 50 minutes, so I've been the Game Hero.
Again, I've been Ollie.
And we'll see you guys on the next one. Follow, real quick, I forgot to say this last time. You can follow me at The Real Game Hero.
You can follow me at Elinksa or at Elinksa_art. That second one has literally nothing on it, but you can follow it if you want.
I mean, you're actually doing art now. You're doing the end cards and the thumbnail for this one.
Yeah, I also did animations. Not posting any of it there, though. Twitter is a hotspot for stealing stuff.
Yeah. You're not going to post any of our artwork on Twitter? I mean, it's going to be in our thumbnail, so you might as well.
I guess. I'll just have to put, like, the biggest
We've
watermark.
been sitting on this screen the whole time. Put something interesting while this screen is here while we talk. Just keep putting the paper slapping animation the whole time.
No, 100%. I'm just gonna zoom in super close on the word beep.
Just slowly zooms in while talking. Anyway, I'm the Game Hero.
I'm Ollie!
We'll
The
see.
Danganronpa advocate.
Instead of Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Oh, don't forget to follow at the Jazzy.
She didn't help with this one, but follow her. She's a friend of ours. We love her.
She's amazing. She does great art. Her art is better than mine. I love her so much. Her chibis are adorable. Please follow her. I love her.
Okay.
Beep boop.
God, that burrito.